Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out Star Trek Nemesis. This is the 10th Star Trek movie and the 4th TNG Star Trek movie, and it is the movie that everyone hates the most. I cannot tell you how many hate comments I have gotten for this movie, but I have gotten countless of them. Like, so many people dislike this movie, so I'm going in very optimistically, hoping to like this movie. I'm still excited for this movie, even though people keep saying that they dislike this movie, because I have really enjoyed the first two TNG movies, and I still enjoyed Insurrection. It wasn't as good as the first two TNG movies, but I still enjoyed it. I don't think it deserves as much flack as it gets, so I'm going to keep a really open mind and try to go into this one wanting to enjoy it. Well, I am going into this one wanting to enjoy it, and I hope I do enjoy it. I hope I prove everyone wrong and actually like this movie. Also, I'm sorry about the voice, or if I sneeze or blow my nose during this reaction. I am kind of incredibly sick at the moment. I am very exhausted. It is finals week. I think I'm just sick from being so exhausted and like overworked, but I'm excited to just settle down and watch Star Trek. But yeah, apologies if my nose is running or if I'm coughing or sneezing or blowing my nose during this reaction. It might be a little gross, but it's just how I am at the moment. And yeah, also this is not the end of Star Trek on my channel. Next week I'm going to be doing a Star Trek movies ranked video, followed by starting the original series, and I'll get you guys updated on that a little bit later. But I won't be watching all of the original series, but I'll be watching select episodes before going into other things Star Trek. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So let me turn on the light and decide what color it should be. Boop. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so Nemesis makes me think red, so I'm gonna go red for the lighting today. There we go. Sorry, the light just wasn't changing color. I was pressing it, but it wasn't changing color. But I'm going to go red today because Nemesis makes me think of the color red. However, I don't know if red is actually going to be a good color for this movie, but I'm gonna go red anyways. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon of uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. Thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, Star Trek 10 or Star Trek Nemesis. Let's get into it. I hope I like it. I'm staying very optimistic about it. And yeah, let's get into it. I hope you enjoy my reaction to Star Trek Nemesis. Yeah! Yeah, Star Trek! The R is backwards there, buddy. Nemesis. Okay, I quite like this title. I wonder why the letters are backwards. I wonder if that's going to be important. The music is bopping. Who did the score?
Senators, consider the opportunities.
Wait, this is so sick.
By joining Shinzon's forces with ours, not even the Federation will be able to stand in our way.
Yeah, Romulan power, yeah.
Then I call for a vote on the motion to open trade negotiations with Celis 2.
Is that gonna be a bomb? If I saw something like that, I would run away. I'd be like, I don't want to know what this is. What just happened? Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, that looks disgusting, but also that looks really good. Man got turned to stone.
With my solemn duty today.
Is he getting someone married?
As best man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Riker. Oh, wait, really?
Of course, you're happy, but what about my needs?
Whoopee!
I will be training my new first officer. You all know him.
Is it Data?
Yeah. There's still time to reconsider. Yes?
Yeah, come back to the Enterprise, guys.
Parts of myself. You are my family.
How much of a finale is this going to be for all the characters?
Good friends. Make it so.
Make it so.
What do you think about getting married again?
No. 23 was my limit.
23 times?
Ceremony on Bates, then.
No speeches and no clothes.
Wow. Wow, Riker, you dirty-minded man.
Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things.
Oh my god.
My, how they fly, oh blue sky.
This is just an ad for his album. Yes. Yes, look at this beast. Oh, I love the music over it too. Oh, wow.
I'm picking up an unusual electromagnetic signature from the Cochran system.
What sort of signature?
Everyone has turned to stone.
It is logical to theorize there is an android on Colaris 3.
Oh.
That's what I was afraid of.
An android. I want an android villain. I think that would be so sick. I know he has a brother. I didn't watch the episodes of TNG, but I know he has a brother. I forget his name. Oh, wow. That looks so sexy.
You have the bridge.
Mr. Troy?
He's like, hey, I'm not taking her name. The effects in this movie are really good so far. That scared me so much. Dude, I want to drive an Argo. That looks sick.
We are within a few meters of the signal.
Fan out. Let's search around.
Huh, must be one of those bushes over there. Robot bush. Oh, God. Oh, my days.
It appears to be a robotic arm.
Really, Data?
Very astute.
Yeah. A foot. Someone tore this robot apart. Whose head? I wonder if we're going to recognize the face or if it's going to be a whole new face. Oh! Hello, Data version 2. I don't like the way this is shot though, like the very overexposed sunlight. It doesn't look very nice.
Fascinating.
I thought they were pre-industrial. I thought these people were pre-industrial. How do they have massive guns and cars?
Why do you have a shiny head?
Oh, they're at the ship. I love the real explosions though. It looks great. No way you're gonna jump off a cliff into the ship. Gas it, Picard! Oh, well done, well done.
The neural pathways aren't nearly as sophisticated. I'd say he's a prototype. Something Dr.
The first Data.
No. Why does the tall man have a furry face?
You know what? Fair question. I thought he shaved his beard off. I totally forgot about that.
You are me.
My name is Data.
I'm a better version of you, punk face.
Tea, Earl Grey, hot.
It's always Earl Grey. It's always Earl Grey. There are other types of tea out there, Picard.
Good to see you again.
Jean-Luc, how'd you like a trip to Romulus?
Yeah, I've actually been dying to go.
Helmsman laid a new course. Take us to Romulus. Warp 8.
He's like, I do not want to go there.
As you can see, one side of Remus always faces the sun.
Oh, actually?
The Remans live on the dark side of the planet.
The planet doesn't turn?
I still can't believe the captain went along with the memory download.
I don't trust this Data, this version B4.
Maybe he's not supposed to be like you, Data.
Yeah, listen to LaForge.
Do you know where you are?
I am in a room.
Obviously.
With lights.
Everyone in this movie is just Captain Obvious.
Well, that's a redundant memory port. Maybe the provisional memory storage is in case his neural pathways overload.
Yes. I thought that one too.
4.9. The Enterprise has arrived at Romulus and is waiting.
What a sexy shot.
Protocol. The Federation Council isn't sitting out here, we are. Patience.
There they are. There they are. Turn around, Picard.
Disruptor banks, 27 photon torpedo bays, primary and secondary shields.
Wow, that is an equipped ship. I just watched The Predator for the channel, and now I'm watching Star Trek's version of The Predator. Wait, is that ship massive or what? Wow, you need a makeover. You're an ugly man. Wow, that actually is a massive ship. That would destroy the Enterprise.
I hope you'll forgive the darkness. We are not comfortable in the light.
I wonder if their end, like their demise, will be in the light of some form, like the sunlight. You are actually scary and so ugly. Please go away.
Why have you asked us to come here?
Is he talking to her in her head?
Counselor, all this I knew, but I never knew you were so beautiful.
I really like how they have him in shadow. It's very mysterious.
You do it now.
Yes. I'm sorry, Captain.
Okay, but now I can just see his face. So they just kind of didn't reveal him then. So strange. I thought they were going to do some epic reveal of him leaving the shadow. Boom, see his face. But no, they didn't. They just showed it.
Then perhaps it's time to add some illumination to our discussion. Computer, raise the lighting 4 levels.
Now we're going to see his face for like a really good shot of it. He doesn't look that menacing at all. He looks like a baby.
Anything about it. Finally, I was taken to a doctor who had some experience of Terran illnesses.
He looks like Sir Patrick Stewart.
Come to dinner tomorrow on Romulus.
No, thank you.
Till tomorrow then, Captain. We have much to discuss.
So are they like the same person? Is he like a clone of Patrick Stewart but young? Is he connected? Are they brothers? I am a little lost.
Right down to your aggressive strain of Shalaf syndrome. They probably used a hair follicle or a...
He is a clone of you. Okay.
Inform Starfleet of the situation. I need to know where the hell he came from.
So first is the android, which is like a clone of Data. And now there's a clone of Picard. I hope we get a clone of Riker. That'd be sick.
Denatra. Please remain.
She's like, man, I got dinner plans. Doesn't his outfit look like it would be super squeaky?
What must a commando do to prove herself faithful to? What must a woman do?
He's like, I don't got time to make out with no woman.
Now go.
Don't just dwaddle all day. Leave, please.
Touch me again. I'll kill you.
That's a little excessive. Do you think maybe the clone is like sort of falling apart and they have to keep healing him over and over and over again to keep him going?
The Romulans had...
B4's reading all your secrets.
They broke my nose, my jaw. But so much is the same.
Yeah, you're bald.
Tall as you expected.
But I had always hoped I might hit 2 meters.
As had I.
Aw, poor guy.
Not that it mattered, as I was no longer part of their plan.
That looks really sexy.
And taught me how to survive. And in that dark place...
Oh, this guy seems very nice, actually. I'm sorry that I called you ugly earlier.
I want to know what it means to be human.
He's like Data, almost.
I can tell you about my past.
Yeah, but it's not your own past, buddy. You're a different individual altogether.
I'd spent my youth
looking up at the stars, dreaming about what was up there.
Hey, you didn't spend your youth looking up at the stars because you didn't see them for 10 years. You would have been looking up at a wall.
Starfleet captain, standing in the Romulan Senate.
Wow, yeah, that would be surreal.
Captain, we have had an unauthorized access into the main computer.
Source.
It's going to take some time to figure that out.
It's B4, you dinguses.
I thought Thalaron radiation was theoretical.
Which is why our...
Oh.
Thalaron research was banned in the Federation because of its biogenesis.
Okay, yes, he's a bad person.
Organic material at the subatomic level.
Oh, it's the thing that happened at the start of the movie. See, the guy's trying to lure Picard in with, we are the same person, I feel like what you feel. But secretly, he's evil.
We'll return to the scimitar. I was merely curious about him.
Ah, see, there we go.
Beverly, come in.
So was Picard basically like born bald? He's been bald all his life.
Go ahead, Data.
Captain, Jordy and I have identified the source of the unauthorized...
It's before, say it. Oh, she's ready. She's like, hey, stop working. Come take my clothes off, punk.
Come to bed.
Wow, she set the candles up and everything. Oh, that's weird. That's very strange. Wow, this is weird. So we like psychically connected to her.
Deanna? Deanna!
No!
He's like, am I really that bad? See, like, what's happening when he does this? See this in my nose right now? It's pretty sexy, isn't it?
It's accelerating. You have no more time for games.
Yeah, I think he's like dying or something. Ah, you traitor.
Hot.
See how he didn't say Earl Grey means he's not a good clone.
If you can endure more of these assaults, I need you at my side.
Wow, you're really asking her to do that for you?
Space and...
Wow, he's gone. They just absolutely teleported him.
Hello.
Teleported him into a prison, basically.
What are you going to do?
Let's not do it, Needle. That's huge. Ew, ew, no, stop, go away.
I now know the exact location of your entire fleet. You may go.
Oh, you're gonna wipe them all out with that green stuff.
And I'm not quite human. So what am I?
An ugly clone.
Am I while you exist? Shadow?
Yeah.
An echo?
Yeah.
Me how little you know yourself.
I'm incapable of such an act.
You are me!
No, you're not. You are him.
The mirror. See yourself.
It's an interesting thought, though. Would Picard actually be doing this if he lived the life that this guy lived? Because obviously you'd like to think he wouldn't. But this guy is a clone.
You as well.
Ah, what a line, too. I'm sorry, this guy just isn't that menacing, though. Like, I don't know, he just seems like a child, and his outfit just looks like some latex spandex outfit. Ah, before. Or is this Data?
About time, Mr. Data.
Yes! Data! Data! Data!
Shinzon believes he has our communication protocols. They will give him inaccurate locations for all Starfleet.
Oh my god, Data, you're actually a genius.
We'll find a way off together.
Oh man, I love them. You know what those guys look like, those aliens? They look like vampires mixed with piranhas. Oh, he's not there.
Kill him.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, these guys have stormtrooper aim. Come on, Data, open it.
We really need that door open.
How is Picard like master of battle? He has slayed so many people. You can do that? That's sick. Eventually, guys, you'll get that door open if you keep shooting it.
Would you like me to drive, sir?
He's like, okay, I won't ask again.
Only one way to go.
You're gonna fly back into the ship?
Captain?
5.
Oh, nice. You just destroyed all of these lads. Cool. Nice.
Try to be now!
He's like, how did they escape? How did they escape? Nice. See you later, alligator.
By you. For the moment.
And when I return. What else do you want? What else do you want? A ham sandwich?
What's happening to his face?
That's what I'm saying. They're all like, yeah, he is getting uglier.
His aging process could be accelerated to reach your age more quickly. He was engineered.
Oh, that's probably what's happening right now.
Structure started breaking down. He's dying.
Okay, I was right. I'm a genius.
Brother.
Aw.
No. Can I move now?
Why is this kind of sad? He's like a puppy.
A long time, brother.
Why was that really sad?
I know how he thinks.
Destroy humanity.
Yeah, destroy the whole world.
He needs your blood to live. He might come after you first.
Yeah, he probably will.
All hands. Battle stations.
Yeah, battle stations.
I wait for the Dorn.
Oh, what a sexy shot. That's me. That's me right now because I'm sick. Oh.
A matter of hours.
Hours? You only have hours to live. Oh, they're right above them.
At our current velocity, we will arrive at sector 1045 in approximately 40 minutes, sir.
I don't think you have 40 minutes.
Projection will return when we have cleared it.
It's interfering with our uplink from Starfleet cartography.
This is when the attack starts.
Commander Riker, evasive maneuvers.
Oh, you realized too late there, buddy. Oh, whoa, that was sick. It's like the camera was going light speed. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. That's so smart. This is a sick ship battle. Ah, get out of here.
I have little interest in your quaint vessel, Captain.
Yeah, true. His ship is better.
It was a time you looked at the stars and dreamed of what might be.
Ooh.
The man who is Shinzon of Remus and Jean-Luc Picard could never...
The combination of the two.
What I am?
Yes, you can.
He's like, how dare you speak the truth to me?
To a dim memory.
That's harsh. That's very harsh.
Two ships
There's more of them.
sir. Romulan.
There's more birds, or cloaked birds of prey, whatever they're called.
Captain.
Are these Romulan ships gonna help though? Are these the people, those counselors?
Captain Picard, Commander Denatra of the Warp.
Ah, what'd I say?
Of assistance.
Assistance, you say?
Commander, when this is over, I owe you a drink.
Romulan ale, Captain.
Yeah, I take some too. This is sick. Romulans and Starfleet versus whatever his name is. Wait, this is so sick. I love the space battles in this movie. Oh yes. Oh yes. Ooh, no! No! Oh wow, that was cool.
He's losing his cloak. Stand by, all forward.
No, I don't know. I don't trust this. You guys could die. Oh god. Oh god. Looks like that Romulan ale. You're not gonna get a drink, Kenny.
I'm afraid that drink will have to wait, Captain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, no, the shields are gone.
I think I may have a way to find them.
Yeah, use your... Yeah, connect with the guy, with the lieutenant, the vice admiral guy.
She's here.
Finally, she gets something to do that's important, though. I'm so glad she finally gets that. I love the lighting, too. Fire! Oh, well done. Wow, this movie's really giving us a space battle. This is actually a really fun battle to watch. Oh, man. No, where's he going? Where does that chute go? It's a slide, but where to is the question. What the heck? The man is Batman. Oh wow, what a hit. Oh my god. Oh my god, some man got sucked out into space. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, it's coming back around. He wants Picard.
We've got him.
You know your young self, right, maybe?
I hope you're still alive, Jean-Luc.
Oh yes, I am.
No, I'm dead. This is his ghost.
Captain, as much as I enjoy listening to you talk, I really think...
Oh my god, you cut it? Wow. The music is epic right now. Oh, wow. That looks sick. That was so awesome. That was so awesome. Oh my god, nice. Now Riker's Batman. Electrocute him. Oh my god, these poor guys have just been thrown around. Wow, he's falling a long way. That's a long fall. Haha, that's an epic shot. I love the silence too. What are you gonna do? You're gonna blow up your own ship?
For Earth, we must complete our mission.
This guy's like, okay, I've accepted I'm gonna die in 2 hours anyways. Run away, guys. Run, run, run away. Whoa, that's cool.
No one on the Enterprise will survive.
Oh, okay, because you guys got 7 minutes to decide what to do.
Aye, sir.
Oh, Picard's going to the ship, baby. Oh, God, that scared me.
Counselor Troy, please assume command. Geordi, come with me.
Counselor Troy is in command. Let's go. Is he gonna fly out into space? He doesn't need no oxygen. Data, data, data. Guess who it is? Jeez, how do you guys suck at shooting so much? Shoot him! You can! You have a clear shot. I know he's you, but shoot him. The music is going so ham right now. It's so good. Throw him in this beam of light. Yeah, the guy's falling in there. He has to. Or he's gonna get stabbed on one of those pillars.
2 minutes. Firing sequence.
How many knives have you got? Not what I expected. But that works? Oh, don't do this. Don't do this. Oh man, this is so disgusting.
1 minute to firing sequence.
Picard, stop it! Data's actually a hero, god tier character. My man Data was on that stupid ship. Is he dead? You're not gonna kill Data like that. There's no way you kill Data like that. He deserves a way better death if he's gonna die.
Captain, we're being hailed.
What? By who?
Empire today, Captain. I hope the first of many.
Hey, that's good.
Take care of it, Captain. You have the bridge, #1.
Oh, Picard is in so much shock at I agree, Data cannot be dead. They still have B4, I guess, and B4, could you make him into Data?
I saw Data. He was leaning against a tree in the holodeck, trying to whistle.
Yeah, he was. That's a pretty sexy shot.
Well,
Permission to disembark, sir.
granted.
No, don't leave.
When your first officer insists that you can't go on away missions,
ignore him. I intend to. Serving with you.
No. No. So,
he helped us to see what it means to be human.
Yeah, see, they can make this guy into Data.
Well, I hope someday you will.
Maybe you will one day, yeah.
I'm on my way. Please inform Commander LaForge.
Is the box on his desk the flute from Inner Light?
Never saw things.
There's hope. There's hope. Oh, man. Da 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 da. That's Star Trek Nemesis, baby. And that was my reaction to Star Trek Nemesis, the 2002 action sci-fi 10th Star Trek film and last TNG film starring Patrick Stewart, Stuart Baird, Marina, Sirtis, Jonathan Frakes, Brent Spiner, Tom Hardy, who played the villain. And when I saw Tom Hardy's name in the cast list, I was like, wait, Tom Hardy was in this movie? Who was he playing? And then it clicked. I was like, there's no way that guy was Tom Hardy. There's no way that bald little man villain was Tom Hardy. And it turns out it was Tom Hardy. So that's kind of cool. Michael Dorn and Gates McFadden. I don't want people to come out fighting. I don't know how much this statement I'm about to say is about to change the world or alter people's perceptions of me, or I don't know. I don't know. This could start World War III, what I'm about to say. But guys, you might want to just buckle your seatbelts, get the popcorn out, just get ready because it's about to go down. I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed this movie. I have to be perfectly honest with you guys. I liked this movie more than Star Trek Insurrection, the last movie that I watched. I didn't like this movie more than Generations, and I didn't like this movie more than First Contact, and I didn't like this movie more than many of the original series movies. However, I didn't think that this was an overly bad movie. People were saying this movie was unwatchable. People were saying that this movie sucks. People were saying this. People were saying that. And honestly, there are flaws with this movie. There are a ton of flaws with this movie. However, I found this movie to be extremely entertaining. I thought there were definitely duller moments. And there were moments where I thought the movie could have picked up a little bit, or moments where I was like, why the heck is this even in the Star Trek movies? I'm speaking of that random car chase at the start of the movie. However, the space battle at the end, the whole third act of this movie was incredible to me. It was so much fun to watch. It was just so entertaining. And I know that this movie has kind of changed Star Trek from like this more philosophical franchise to an action heavy franchise, and then obviously with the newer movies as well, Star Trek is way more action heavy than it is a slower philosophical exploration franchise. And maybe one of the reasons that I like this movie is because I grew up watching those new Star Trek movies. Those are my Star Trek, and that's Star Trek for a whole new generation. So maybe because it feels a lot more similar to the Star Trek that I knew or to the Star Trek that I grew up with, I enjoyed this movie, or maybe for other reasons as well. But I had a fun time with this movie. I was entertained with this movie, and if a movie is entertaining, then does that necessarily mean that it's bad? Like, if there are some plot holes with it, like this and that and this and that, but I found this movie entertaining, and so I can't say this movie is bad, and I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't enjoying myself, especially in big chunks of this movie. I thought this movie was going to start badly, though. Like, I thought I wasn't going to enjoy this movie when that car chase was happening, because that car chase was like the most out of place moment in any movie ever. I wish that whole sequence had been cut, all the car chase stuff. It was really cool. It just wasn't Star Trek at all. It was just really weird, and it just like the camera shots were so strange. It was very shaky. It was super overexposed, but then also like kind of grainy at times. I don't know, that car chase was just really weird, and everything on that planet at the start was filmed really badly, and I wish it was filmed better, and / that car chase just didn't exist. I was like, oh, if the rest of the movie's gonna be filmed like this, I'm not gonna like it. But then the space battle happened, and it looked great. The effects in this movie were fantastic. I thought Sir Patrick Stewart did a really good job in this movie. I do think that some of the issues were the villains of this movie, though. The villain of this movie I thought was a little strange, and I thought there was cool concepts attached to him, but I wish they had explored it a lot more. And also the end of this movie didn't feel like an end, and I know that the ending kind of gets explored a lot more in Picard, but when this movie came out, Picard wasn't going to be a show, obviously, because that show is a more recent show. So this movie was supposed to be the end of the Next Generation cast. However, the movie doesn't end like it's an ending to the characters. It just kind of ends, and I know Data dies, but his death almost felt like a James T. Kirk death when he dies in Generations. It's very lackluster. It's like, oh, I guess Kirk is dead. And it was the same thing for Data. He says bye, and then he blows himself up, and you're like, oh, I guess Data is back. And you keep thinking he's going to come back, because there's no way they would just kill Data like that. And I know B4 is there, and he's probably going to turn into the next Data, because they are the same person. They are brothers. But now knowing that that isn't Data, that is before, it kind of takes away from that guy being Data in the first place, because it's not the same body or same person in general, individual in general, who has done all these things with the character. It's just someone who's learned to become Data. And so in that regard, I didn't like Data's death. I thought it was really badly done. It was very rushed, it felt like, and it just happened so quickly, and it's just like this character deserved a lot more for his death. And then the movie just ends on a note where it didn't feel like a finale, even though it was a finale for these characters, obviously, until Paramount decided to make a Picard show. But yeah, let's get into the reviews of this movie. Then I'll talk about Jerry Goldsmith's amazing score, and then I'll talk about the effects, some things that I liked about this movie, and maybe some things that I wish this movie could have improved upon. But yeah, again, I enjoyed this movie. I was entertained by this movie, and I don't think this movie is as bad as people were saying. Maybe watch this movie, give it another chance. If you watch my uncut reaction, then you gave it another chance. But maybe just give this movie another chance and watch it in the mindset of entertainment instead of as Star Trek. I don't know, would that work, or is that not possible? So the reviews for this movie are pretty bad. 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, which is audience score, and 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is critics. So it seems like critics absolutely destroyed this movie, and audiences disliked this movie as well. And I can see audiences... See, I said watch this movie for entertainment and pretend it's not a Star Trek movie, but I can see audiences disliking this movie. I can see why people would dislike this movie per se, but personally, I did enjoy this movie. So, I mean, I would give the scores a little bit higher. I wish the scores were a little bit higher, but with the flaws that happen in this movie, with the way that it feels even much more different than the more action-heavy other TNG movie, I can see why people would turn against this one or see that it's bad. And it also has a lot of contrivances in it. It has a lot of just things that it feels like the script wasn't really super polished. But critics really dug into this movie, and I think critics are being way too harsh. One of the best things about this movie was the score. I thought Jerry Goldsmith's score was absolutely amazing. I was kind of hoping it would be Jerry Goldsmith, and I was thinking maybe it would be Jerry Goldsmith just because the music was really, really good. And there were definitely moments where I didn't notice the music, and that's not because the music was bad, it's just because I wasn't actively trying to listen to the music. But then when the third act happened and the starships started fighting each other, it was so much fun. The music was so intense, and it was loud, and it was chaotic, and it just really brought you into the mood of the movie. But he also knew when to cut the music at the right times. And I don't know if it was Jerry Goldsmith or the editor of the movie or maybe a mix of both. But when the ships had collided with each other, and then all of a sudden there was like a stop, and there was like a wide shot, and it was like the ships connected to each other, and then the music just went silent, and all you could hear was like the hum of space basically. And it was just this beautiful wide shot of the two ships together, and it was a great moment to cut to silence. I also liked at the end of the movie, while everyone is grieving over Data's death, that there isn't really any music, or that the music is just very, very subtle. I really like that because it really helps you to focus on the characters, and the music definitely helps to bring in the emotion. But you're not relying on this really dramatic, sad music to get you sad. You're looking at the characters to get you sad. And I didn't really feel that much sadness when Data died, because I just kept assuming he was going to come back. And then I remembered B4, and I was like, oh, so they're just going to make Data into B4. I guess that makes sense. So I don't know. I didn't feel the weight of the emotion that the scene wanted me to feel, which was kind of disappointing to me because Data was one of my favorite characters. But yeah, going back to Jerry Goldsmith, I thought he did a fantastic job with this movie and the score of this movie. The visual effects as well were definitely a step up from Insurrection, like a huge step up from Insurrection. Some of those VFX in that movie were not the greatest, and I think even a step up from all of the other movies as well. I'm just talking about the visual effects here. I think the practical effects, I think First Contact still did the practical effects better with the Borg, but I think that's also because I liked the look of the Borg a lot more than I did the look of whatever these piranha looking vampire aliens were in this movie. But yeah, the visual effects of this movie, the computer-generated effects of this movie were insane. They looked really good, even today. I know this movie was made in 2002, so not super long ago. It's still 20 years ago, though, but they looked really, really good. The ship battles were so entertaining. They were so much fun. You could always see what was happening. The ships colliding into each other were great, though. Any of the wides with the Enterprise in looked so sexy, if the Enterprise was above a planet or going into a nebula or just flying around in space. One of my favorite shots actually was when the Enterprise like loses its engines or something like that, and it slows down and the camera zooms past it and looks down, because it's almost like the camera is going warp speed and the Enterprise is going warp speed, and then as the Enterprise slowed down, the camera didn't lose its engine, so the camera keeps going. And I don't know, it's just a really cool shot and a really cool way. It was a very creative way to show that the Enterprise was slowing down. I just found that really interesting. Speaking of the camera work in this movie was definitely a choice. I think the camera work in this movie felt kind of generic to like action movies, and maybe that's one of the reasons why people don't like this movie, is because this movie at times feels very generic, like a very generic action movie. And I think it has some really good action spectacles in it, but I personally, even though I enjoyed this movie, can't deny that it is just like feels like an action movie. Doesn't feel necessarily like a Star Trek movie. It just has Star Trek stuff in it. It's just an action movie with Star Trek stuff. But yeah, I think the camera work of this movie was just like meh. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was bad at times, again on the planet at the start of the movie when everything was super overexposed, when they're on that desert planet thing. I thought the camera work was not the greatest in that. It was very choppy, it was very shaky, it was very grainy, it was just filmed very strangely. All of the corridor fights as well with the gunshots were filmed kind of shakily, and you could never really tell who was shooting what. You could tell when someone got hit, but you could never tell where people were shooting in the first place because it was just so like confined and kind of shaky all the time. But then I thought the ship battles were filmed really well, so it was like this really weird difference where the ship battles, these larger exterior battles, were filmed really well, but the more intimate stuff wasn't filmed as well as it could have. It was very strange, but overall I thought the directing was okay. Not amazing, but not horrible. Okay, let's get into the cast now. I'm just going to talk about Patrick Stewart and Tom Hardy. I think everyone else did a really good job. I really like that Marina Sirtis had actually more to do in this movie than she has in almost anything that I've seen her in. Deanna actually had plot relevance, which was really fun, because in most of the TNG episodes, if not all of them that I watched, besides maybe Encounter at Farpoint, and then also in all the movies that I've seen, she hasn't really had that much plot relevance. Like, if she wasn't in the movie, then it wouldn't have changed anything. But I liked that in this movie she actually had something to do. She had an important role to play. She had an important action to make at the end of the movie. So I like that her character got stuff, because it was the one thing that I think the Star Trek movies didn't do well, and the TNG show didn't do well from what I saw, was her character. It just always felt like she was in the background. They didn't really know what to do with her, so they never did anything with her besides give her a romantic relationships at times. But yeah, I'm glad she did stuff, so I thought she did a really good job in this movie, because she was finally allowed to do something. Tom Hardy as Shinzon I thought was interesting. I didn't recognize it was Tom Hardy, so kind of cool that it was Tom Hardy. I think overall though, he wasn't an intimidating villain. He was just too young looking, too like innocent looking. He kind of sounded like a child when he was talking and when he was angry and stuff, so there was no intimidation about him. There was nothing like, it's weird because Tom Hardy now is super intimidating. He's a very intimidating man, and he can play an intimidating character very, very well. But this is young Tom Hardy we're talking about, so different person altogether. And I thought that while his performances at times were good, I think overall it just never came off as scary or, again, intimidating, and I think that was a big fault. I also don't think that they explored the cloned and like sameness between Patrick Stewart and Tom Hardy very, very well, because there were similarities, and they did touch on it a bunch of times where it's like, oh, I'm your mirror and stuff like that, and then Picard would be like, I'm also your mirror, and then they went back and forth. They would say some stuff, but they never really got to the juice of it, they never really dug into that concept. They just kind of kept it at surface level, like, I know what you're gonna do because I'm your clone. Oh, well, I'm gonna do something different because you think you know what I'm gonna do, so I wish they had dug into that concept a lot more, because it's very interesting, but unfortunately they didn't. But overall, I thought Tom Hardy did a really good job. And finally, Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard. I really enjoy him as Jean-Luc Picard. He is definitely one of my favorite captains. I thought he did pretty good in this movie as well. When Data died, I really liked the sadness that he had, the expressions that he had, the quietness of him. But then at the very end, when B4 sings a song and Picard sings it back, and then he kind of smiles and walks down the hallway, and it's almost like hope, and it was really nice. It was a really nice touching moment, and a very subtle smile that is just goes with a really good actor, and that is Patrick Stewart. I thought he did really good in this movie. He was really cool at times, and again, the emotion did show at times. I don't think it was his best performance as Picard, but I also don't think it was his worst. I thought he was very good in this movie. And yeah, that is my reaction to Star Trek Nemesis, the 2002 Star Trek sci-fi action film. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. And yeah, now we're going to do a Star Trek Ranked next week, which will be really fun, and then we're going to get into the original series, which will be really fun. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.